Hi everybody, this is Ellen. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been before. So I wanted to I promised an update on some of my creative projects that I've been working on, tarot related creative projects. And I've got quite a few things that I'm working on. So some of them I'm going to show you on my iPad, which is what I'm recording on. And then some of them are like manual, more hand-drawn projects and so on. So it's going to be a bit of a compilation. But anyway, some of the projects are definitely just for my own personal use. Some of them I'm thinking about longer term, making them available either on MPC or self-printing, pre-orders, but I haven't got that far yet. But yeah, I'd appreciate any feedback on any of the projects, anything you think's really interesting. Some of them more historical decks, some of them are my own kind of creative ideas. So yeah, without any further ado, I'm gonna jump right in. So the first one I'm going to show you is actually this is just something I've been doing for fun for myself. So I printed out, you can get a black and white copy of the Vachetta, and I printed that out and I backed it onto, it's not a very strong card actually. If I wanted to use this, I'd probably reback it, but at the moment I'm just kind of experimenting, and it's a bit of a colouring in project when I'm watching TV in the evenings or whatever. But I've been experimenting with the colours. Yeah, so I'm using these Caran d'Ache, they're called Caran d'Ache crayons. Let me show you. It's this set, the artist colours, and they're Caran d'Ache Swiss colouring crayons. And basically you draw with them, and then if you brush over them with water, they turn into kind of a watercolour texture. So these ones I coloured in with the crayons, and then I've gone over with water, and now they sort of have this more watercolory kind of texture to them, and I quite like that. The other thing I've been thinking about is, because obviously this is a print, you can see I've got gold ones as well. Because this is a print, the black lines aren't very clear, so I could go over the top of the black lines with like a fine tip, like art pen, like a, can't remember what you call it anyway, but a very fine liner black pen. So that is yeah, that's one thing that I've been playing with. I was doing these ones earlier, so this is without the water. You can see it's like crayon effect, and then this is after adding water. So I'll just show you. So yeah, something like this one here, you just, a bit too much water, because I'm doing it through a camera now. You just add the water in, and I'm thinking of the like doing different suits, different colours. So this is the suit of coins that I've been working on, and then like the lower coin numbers doing in lighter green, and then the higher coin numbers in like a darker green colour. So you can see it more easily on this. So it comes up with this really nice kind of textured, like watercolour effect when you add water to it. Ooh. Painting through a camera, interesting guys, I don't advise it. But yeah, so that's something I'm just enjoying doing for my own amusement. If if I did think that they were really nice at the end, I could always kind of scan them into, if I got a good scanner. And that's one thing I'm thinking about, is investing in decent technology, like a good printer scanner combo, so I can, so that I can reproduce things in better quality. So that's one thing that I've had on my mind. There's some more of the coins. The gold comes out nice. I haven't added water to that. I don't think it's needed for the metallic crayons, but obviously if I add water to the background there, again it'll kind of smooth it out and turn it into a more watercolory texture. So yeah, I'm thinking green for the coins, and if you make a mistake you can just remove it because it's watercolor, so it's soluble, and then go over with a different color. But yeah, so I'm thinking green for the coins, which is the earth suit, and then like oranges for the wands, maybe blues for the cups, and yeah, I don't know about the swords, so maybe yellow or no, but the original Vachetta is yellow, so I'm actually trying to do something that's a bit different. That's why I started with these dark backgrounds for the quartz, so thinking about purple as this kind of royal colour for the you see I've dressed them in orange, so the purple could indicate the court status, and then they're wearing the colours of the suit, if you see what I mean. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But this is like going to take ages because it's just when I've got a bit of free time and I'm sitting down in the evening, which hasn't been happening very much. So yeah, so that's the one project that I'm doing. Okay, yeah, so another project that I've been working on is a photography deck, and the photos are all from when I lived in South Africa. So that's the it's a personal project, and I wanted to, first of all, I've been wanting like a landscape deck, and the ones that I've seen are either stock photos, which it's fine. I mean, the Naturescapes, I know it's available on MPC, it looks lovely, but I wanted to use my own photos and not stock photos. And then some of the other decks which people have used their own artwork, like the Walking Meditation one by, I think it's Danny Norman. It's a beautiful deck, but I think it's got an effect applied to the photos, and I wanted just a pure photography deck. So I've got so many photos, I can easily find 78 that I think that I could map onto the different minor and major arcana. So I've been starting to go through all my folders and get together a bunch of photos. I'm not necessarily going to use all of these, but I'm just tagging them with tarot whenever I see one that I think might fit. And I'm kind of working out the suits. So, you know, South Africa has a lot of mountains, and it has a lot of beach and sea and water. So I'm thinking of, you know, like sea and beach for the cups, flowers or plants and flora generally for maybe for the wands, I'm not sure, or for the discs, the coin suit, and then yeah, mountains maybe for the swords. I know that was what the Mindscapes Tarot, I can't remember the guy who developed it, but he used mountains for swords, and it made sense in terms of the air element. So that's what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking of no filter, you know, I can call it no filter, my no filter deck. So I mean, this is an example of an image that I pulled up. This is from the Cederberg mountain range in South Africa. Obviously absolutely beautiful, could be like the tower or something, but obviously I can map them later. This is like foliage, and I was thinking this 3 on the right there, and this is the Protea, they're beautiful floral kingdom that only grows in the Cape region of South Africa. And yeah, these three on the right could be like three wands, for example. I've got quite a lot of photos of that kind of thing, so I could easily find, I think, things that would map onto the different. And then this is yeah, a beach photo with some cows. So I think I've got a lot to work with. I've got 18 years worth of photos, and a lot of, you know, amazing and beautiful landscapes. So yeah, it's the idea of a no filter photo deck from South Africa. So that is my second project. Oh, that was weird. I'd already recorded this, but then when I went back to listen to it, it had gone all strange and slow-mo, so I hope it's going to work this time. Anyway, there's one more like photography project thing that I wanted to mention, and I was thinking about doing an oracle deck from my daughter's artwork. So ever since she's been creating art, I've been basically taking photos of her art and then getting rid of the paperwork, because obviously kids produce a lot of art when they're at creche or whatever. So yeah, so and I just love some of the images. I think she's got talent, and I was thinking they'd make a really sweet oracle deck. You know, you could either add keywords or you could just leave them blank and leave them as an intuitive oracle deck. Again, kind of a personal project, but I'd love to have like a set of cards with images like this one on. And there's this, the sort of row of flowers with the sun coming up. This little guy, so cute. And then more abstract things when she was painting, like that one. I think that's gorgeous. So yeah, I was thinking about doing a little oracle deck like that, and again with no filter and just the cards. So yeah, so that's another project. Now I'm gonna hand over to my iPad. I'm going to show you some of my digital projects. Okay, then the other decks are digital things that I've been working on. So I've shared this one before, the major arcana sigil designs that I did. So I did these by hand initially, and then I made them into digital images, and I've had them printed via Make playing cards. I was thinking about basically doing the quartz and some pips, so the pips would be a bit simpler than these designs. These ones have lots of layers, so they have astrology and crystals and what else? The animal symbolism, plus the obviously the major arcana symbolism. So that's one of the early ones. You can see the drawing. Yeah, so I'm thinking of adding to that and finishing the deck, but I'm not sure. I'm still thinking about that. I don't know if it's fine, just because it's a blessing card set. It might just be fine as is, as a mages only deck. So that's the one. Then another one that I've been working on is it's another personal project. A lot of them are. This is it's a poetry tarot. So basically, I write a lot of poetry. I have done my whole life, and then while lockdown was on, I did a couple of things. I did like 100 days that a friend of mine from the Netherlands calls it a gong. It's like a creative project, and you commit to doing something for 100 days. And I did 2 of them during lockdown. One of them was to write a poem every single day for 100 days, which I did. So I've got this huge amount of poems now. Some of them aren't very good, some of them I like. And then the other thing was to I did an image on Procreate, the digital design software. That's what you're looking at now. I did an image on Procreate every day for 100 days, and that was to learn how to use Procreate well. So now I'm quite good with Procreate, and I've got this whole set of poems, so I thought about putting them together. So that, for example, is the Emperor. So it's like a section from a poem that I've written, and then plus a digital image added into that. But you know, the poems, they're mine. They're not necessarily very good, but they might be interesting for other people. You know, some people enjoy sort of more ambiguous words accompanying their tarot images, and it might give you another layer to engage with tarot symbolism. So I mean, it might be, and I'm thinking about whether or not to colour the digital images as well. At the moment, they're just black and white, the ones that I've designed. So I'm working through slowly. What else have I got here? There's the Empress. So it's about a lotus. I've had one poem or two poems, I think, published in the Witches magazine, but that's the only time I've ever had anything published. Yeah, so that's something that I'm thinking about. There's the High Priestess. It's about belugas. Anyway, so yeah, that's another one of the projects that I'm working on. Yeah, here are some of the designs I did like during lockdown. So these are like from photographs that I took, digital designs, and yeah, and that's how I learned to use Procreate, and some of the skills that I got through that I'm trying now to apply to various tarot projects. So I actually learned how to create like brushes, and you can do like brush patterns and then add that to like tarot deck. So this is like a brush pattern that I made, and you can add that as texture to like color planes. So yeah, it's fun. I did a lot of experimenting during lockdown, and learned quite a lot about how to do digital design. Of course, none of this is AI, just to be very clear. I don't use any artificial intelligence. This is all hand drawn, but in a digital format. Yeah, these are proteas from the South African flora kingdom. They're absolutely beautiful. So yeah, so that was the way that I learned to use Procreate, and now I'm applying it to these various tarot projects. So the one that I'm currently most excited about is this. So it's the Mitelli tarot, and I'm not 100% sure about public domain and stuff, but I mean, obviously the Mitelli is very old. It's kept in the Bibliothèque in France. I think there's a full copy, and I've downloaded the files, and I'm basically like using those files as a template to do a deck. So this is the Six of Cups, and you've got the image there underneath of the actual Mitelli, but then this is the design that I'm working on, and I've got a fun colour palette, this one at the top there that says Untitled. I'm using like a very bright colour palette to reinterpret the Mitelli. So this is something I was working on today. There's the Valet of Cups, and yeah, so that's the I've got this kind of neon green, lime green, and pink, and yeah, there's like a lavender purple as well that I'm using. So I'm having a lot of fun with that project. So I want to I think what I'm going to try and do is commit to doing one a day. I think I can do that, and then, you know, I should within 3 months or so have finished all the cards in the Metelli. I'm not exactly sure how many there are actually. So that is a very fun thing that I'm working on. I'm going to insert just a little process video actually, showing you how I've been working with the digital design for that. Okay, yeah, so that's all the projects I wanted to share with you today. So yeah, the Metelli, the digital one, the photo deck, the Oracle, the Vachetta, a hand-coloured one, and then the poem tarot and the sigil tarot, which is, it's already complete if it's going to stay 24, the 22 arcana. But I've got quite a lot of things underway, as you can tell. I've got another few ideas as well. So I did a video a while ago about Paul Klee, and I would love to develop a deck based on his artwork, and a few ideas bounced around in the comments to that video as well about doing pips using some of his like geometric shapes. I think it'd be really fun, but that will have to wait until I've got some of these other things finished. But yeah, if you think any of them are interesting, let me know. As I say, some of them are obviously very personal projects, but some of them might be interesting. People might want them available on MPC, for example. And yeah, I've got the other deck that I've finished, which was the hand inked one. I've not quite decided whether I'm colouring that or not. So it's still sitting there. I want to soap it, but I just can't decide. Maybe what I should do is, I've taken digital images of the cards, the finished inked cards. So maybe what I should do is colour them digitally and see how they look, and then I can decide if I want to colour them in the actual handmade deck, or if I just want to keep it black and white. I mean, I love the black and white, so keeping it black and white is quite tempting. And then I'll just soap it to give it a bit more protection, because yeah, I keep getting worried that water is going to get splashed on it again, which already happened once. So yeah, I might work with these more as digital images, and then I could also make that available potentially on Make Playing Cards. But anyway, lots of ideas, and the one thing that might get in the way is that I seem to have just accidentally got myself a full-time job, so I'm going to have even less time for all these projects. I was working part-time, but it looks like I'm going to be working full-time, so which is good, you know, financially but and career-wise, but in terms of finishing all the creative projects I've started, it might get in the way a little bit. But anyway, yeah, that's it from me. Thanks for watching, and I will update if I when I get further along with some of the projects. I'll share the process of them and some of the images as they start to come together. So thanks a lot for watching, everybody, and yeah, take care. Bye.